So what's up, everybody? So this video is going to be basically all the parts you'll need to rebuild the front end of a GMT800 platform vehicle, which, for those that don't know, are the 2000 to 2006 Chevy Suburban, Tahoe, Yukon, Yukon XL, Escalade, and the Yukon Denali. I think I've got them all. I may have missed one, but this also applies to the Silverado 1500s, Sierra 1500s of the same years. The front suspension, and ignore the bird that won't shut the fuck up. The front suspension on the Sierra and the Silverado 1500s and the 2500s and of the Silverado and Sierra and all the SUVs of this model year. Mine's a 2006. The front suspension is the same for all of them, as long as they're four-wheel drive. The two-wheel drives, as far as the pickups, are coil sprung front suspension. The four-wheel drives are torsion bars. As far as I know, all the two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive SUVs like my Tahoe are torsion key and torsion bar. So this applies to them. The rear suspension is different because it is coil spring instead of leaf spring. So I'll make a video on that when I do stuff to it. But like I said, mine's a 2006. It's got 237,000 miles on it. It, like all the others, has sloppy steering and stuff like that. So I went and put the Moog Problem Solver front end kit on it. I bought it from Rock Auto. I didn't get paid to say this. I didn't get paid by Rock Auto. I bought all of this stuff with my money. The caster or camber bolts, they were not a part of the kit. I bought them separately, as well as the Pitman Arm and the idler arm and bracket and the sway bar end links. But I have every single part you'll need for the front. That includes Pitman Arm, idler arm and bracket, sway bar end links, inner and outer tie rods, upper and lower control arms, and that's ×2 for both sides. So, and just to show everybody, those boxes are empty. That's why they're getting blown around. I'm trying to be quick about this so that the wind doesn't blow them all over my driveway and I get pissed off and just give up. So there you go. You see all the nice shiny parts. Yes, my vehicle is four-wheel drive, but it needs, for one, an alignment, and two, it needs both wheel bearings, and I'm not having to deal with taking the axles back out again. So I'm not going to take them out. I'm just going to leave them how they are. So I'm also going to replace the axles anyway. But there's the new Pitman Arm. There's the idler arm and bracket. There's the other side. There's the new sway bar end links, upper and lower control arms, inner and outer tie rods. I got the alignment as close to factory as I could, and it does not pull to either side. So as far as with the, I still have to go get it aligned professionally just to make it perfect, because the steering wheel is kind of off by a little bit. You can see that, well, no, you can't. You can see somewhat that it's not pigeon-toed. It's not towed in too much. There's no negative camber. It sits almost exactly like it does at the factory. One word of advice: if you want to try to get your camber and all that where it should be, on the camber plates or the camber cams, which is what these are, the alignment cams, they have this piece of plastic with a hole in it that has to go on the little tab on the top for the upper control arm. So pretty much, if you can align the new alignment cams with that bolt or that hole, your alignment will pretty much be, I wouldn't say spot on, but it'll be damn close. It'll be close enough to where you're not going to be wandering all over the road. Because I drove my Tahoe around twice, and it still drives exactly like it did before I even touched the suspension. So, and also I replaced these. These are the upper control arm bolts. As you can see, they're pitted really bad, and you can see how rusty they are, just because my vehicle is not a northern vehicle. It's from the south, so rust isn't an issue, but when water and dirt and stuff sit in a certain spot for too long, they cause that kind of corrosion, and I was not putting them nasty ass things back in my vehicle. So because something like that, the alignment shop may not notice those, but I'm not going to try to keep that in my vehicle knowing that it possibly might break on me, and I don't want that happening. And that just, if you're going to throw something like that on brand new parts, then that obviously shows that you don't really care about your vehicle. So I'm gonna start with them since I'm talking about them. I got these at AutoZone. I think they were like $33 or $34, somewhere around there for a set of 2. I had to buy 2 boxes, and they were the only 2 boxes they had, because they obviously need 2 for each side. So it's made by a company called SPC. I mean, they seemed like they were fine to me. The only thing that's different from them than the factory is they don't have this little plastic piece on it, but that's not really a big deal. That's the alignment people's problem, not mine. But like I said, all of this is the front suspension. Everything that I've put on, all of this is front suspension. There's nothing, there's no wheel bearings here, there's no brakes, there's no calipers, there's no rear suspension parts. This is all front suspension and steering. The steering box is still the factory unit that was on it. I do have a tools list that I've made that I don't have out right now because I didn't think about it, but I'll make that a separate video, or I'll tie it together with another video. I still have yet to even make a video about my Tahoe, because I have my Fusion, but I have yet to make a video about it. So people that are probably watching my channel on a regular basis, I have a Tahoe. There you go. But I'm gonna go over all the parts now. I have all the part numbers shown so that you can see what they are, so that way there's no issues, there's no confusing anything. So I will say the inner and outer tie rods for both sides are exactly the same. They're the same for the driver's side as they are the passenger side, so they can be swapped over for whatever reason if you so were inclined to do so. The upper control arms are the exact same thing. They're the same for both sides, so they can be swapped. The lower control arms are not the same. They are directional, they are size specific. I don't know what the part numbers are for each one, but they are different part numbers. So one of them is CK620 381, and you see it, wind's trying to blow my boxes all around. And then the other is CK620 380. I'll show you. Here's a better picture of it. I'm holding it there so that way if you need to pause it, you can, to look at everything. And then this is the idler arm and bracket. They already come assembled. All you have to do is just put it on the vehicle. So there's the part number for it. This is genuine GM parts, by the way, as you can see with the sticker. The part number is 191-78433. And then this is the sway bar end links. This is there's 2 different part numbers. There's the AC Delco part number, and then there's the GM part number, which is 88 91 21 61. So there you go. And then the cam bolts again, 86 375, made by a company called SPC. I don't think it's anywhere on the box, but yeah. So there you go. And then these are the outer tie rods, these 2 right here, and these are the inner tie rods right here. So there's the part numbers for those. I'll say it again: outer, inner, and then that's the Pitman arm. And then these are the 2 upper control arms. So CK80942. Like I said, these are both the same. These are all of the parts except for the alignment bolts were bought on Rock Auto. So there you go. I know the problem solver kit by itself was like $600, so that comes with the inner and outer tie rods and both upper and lower control arms. The Pitman arm is separate. The cam bolts, like I've said, I'm gonna keep saying the same thing, that way I don't get asked the question that I've already answered. So if you keep hearing me say the same thing repeatedly, that's why I'm saying it. Like I said, cam bolts, cam alignment bolts, whatever you want to call them, they came from AutoZone. And well, they're not in the picture because they flew off, but the sway bar end links and the idler arm and pulley. I mean, idler arm and bracket, excuse me. Both came, they all came from Rock Auto. All this is Rock Auto, everything. And then, like I said, just to prove my point, these are all the old parts. My idler arm is in here somewhere. The Pitman arm is in here somewhere. I can show you exactly why I had the problems I had. I'm trying not to get dirty because I've already gotten dirty, but it's a little late. But one reason why I was changing the Pitman arm is because it had a lot of play in it. I could move it while it was on the vehicle still. It was a lot easier to move. I had to cut mine to get it to actually expand enough to get off. Oh, another thing I'm going to show while I'm thinking about it is this is the torsion bar tool I have. It's one that AutoZone sells, but I bought off Amazon. It's 37278, so 37278. And it's funny because it's cheaper to actually buy that tool, which is that one right there. It's cheaper to actually buy it than it is to rent it. To rent it is like 80 bucks, and to purchase it is like 50. So there you go. But that's all my tools. Like I said, the only thing that's special that I had to buy was the torsion bar tool, that really big adjustable wrench, because I didn't have one big enough for the outer tie rods or the inner tie rods, excuse me, and the pickle fork, which is right there, and then the Pitman arm puller, which, like most of them, it started to spread. But I mean, it's OEM tools, you can't really read it, so I'm not even going to show it to you. But yeah, the Amazon guy is about to come to my house, I guess, and I don't need him on my video, so I'm gonna cut it here. But yeah, there you guys go. I'll do a overview of my Tahoe, I guess, after this video. So I hope this helps everybody, and I'll see you guys later.